What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome back to another episode of Don Bradman Cricket, My Career. I think we are closing in on 150 episodes, which is absolutely crazy. This series has been going for a long time. So what I need you guys to do is show your love and show your support. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's aim today for 50 likes on this video. And if you are new, please do subscribe. Just want to say a huge thank you to everyone. We just crossed 8,000 subscribers overnight. That is a huge achievement. It's something that I've been looking for a long time. But anyway, let's go and get straight into what is happening in this game here. So we're taking on Zimbabwe, a team that you don't often come up against in career mode. So I thought it would be nice, if I do have any Zimbabwean fans out there, for them to see their national team playing. If you are a Zimbabwean, let me know down below in the comments. It would be really cool to see that. Obviously, a lot of my fans coming from Australia, New Zealand, England. I know there's a few Pakistanis, a few Indians, a few Bangladeshians, I believe, or Bangladeshi. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you are a Zimbabwean, let me know in the comments down below. It'll be really cool. We start off very well with a maiden, and we are starting to get, I was going to say, because this series has been going for such a long time, as I said, I think we're about 144 episodes in. My skills are starting to get almost to the top. So I think at the moment, it really is just my slower ball and my cutters that I need to get up for my bowling. My batting's not doing too bad either. Just basically go out and have a bit of a slog, and it is starting to get those abilities up just a little bit. But enough about that. Before we go and get into World Cricket, I just want to say there is a new series, just looking down at the moment, a new series that is going to be coming out tomorrow. I have hinted at it a little bit, and it should be a lot of fun to go and do. I am really looking forward to doing it. A lot of people have said, not just recently, but for a long time, Cliffy, you should do this series. You should play this game. So I am playing it. Links in with all the cricket and stuff. If you do think you know what I am talking about, again, let me know down in the comments. A lot to let me know down in the comments about today. But it really is about interacting with you guys and just getting, that feel for it. So that is what we are after. But World Cricket at the moment, so there isn't actually any games from now until Sunday, and that's a big wicket getting Sabunda at the top of, I think it was the top of middle stump, just getting it to swing in just slightly, and possibly the lack of pace doing him there. But World of Cricket, as I said, I don't think there are any games until Sunday, which works perfectly fine for me because it means that I can record a little bit in advance. So on Sunday we have the first Chappell-Hadley One-Day International. Quite strange how this series has been fit in, actually, because New Zealand and Australia have both just come from Test series against Pakistan and South Africa respectively, and it is quite strange that there is a three-game one-day international series basically just squeezed in here. Obviously not just squeezed in. The timing and stuff is probably all that could be done. Played in test matches earlier in the summer. But yeah, just have this one-day series just slotted in. Kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a very short space of time. Obviously just the... Well, it's not long, obviously, between the test, the second test for both sides, third test for Australia, I should say, and between the one-day internationals. So there's three games. I think they go, like for the space of about a week. Get three games in a week, which is, pretty standard when it comes to a one-day international series, especially a shortened one like this, especially just three games. But it will be interesting to see what does happen. And then after that, as I said, it is quite weird that both teams go off, and I believe they play in another test series. Pakistan are heading over the ditch. They've just played in New Zealand. They are now going to Australia. And Bangladesh come and visit New Zealand shores for not just a test series, but a one-day and a T20 series as well. So it will be interesting to see how that does go. A few new caps, well, not new caps, but a few different players, I guess you would say, in the New Zealand side. Todd Astle comes in, I believe. Colin de Grandholt comes back, obviously, after his test success that he's had. I believe he's played just one-day international to date so far, but no doubt if he... Well, because how well he's played in the Test series, no doubt he will get a run in the one-day international side as well, I would say. And then there is one uncapped player, Auckland speedster, Lockie Ferguson. Now, I'm not going to give too much away about this guy, but he is quick. He is seriously quick. He's been tearing it up on the domestic circuit. So it will be interesting to see how he goes and obviously makes the step up to international cricket. We have had bowlers in the past and batters that have struggled to make that transition up to the next level. So hopefully he is a guy that can do well for us, can be... that Mitchell Stark, I guess, of our side, that guy who's constantly hitting 145 and above, because it does just make it a lot easier on our bowlers, especially the New Zealand bowlers, because a lot of them are very, very similar. Bowl that 130, 135, get a bit of swing, a bit of seam, but we don't really have that out-and-out pace bowler. We've had Adam Milne, but he's had his injury concerns, so it will be good to have, a bit of variety in there, I think, as well. If Trent Boult is fit and he's playing, you obviously have him, you have Tim Southee, you have Ferguson with a bit of speed, De Gronholm or Neesham is the all-rounder who's a little bit slower but maybe a little bit more accurate, so it will be very nice to see. So that kicks off on Sunday. But the New Zealand-Pakistan test match, the second test, New Zealand did win this series 2-0. Amazingly took 9 wickets in the final session of play, and Pakistan kind of just absolutely collapsed towards the back end of this game. Safraz Ahmed, I think his run out really just went and tipped things off. Their opener, young Sammy, just missed out on 100. Well, when I say just missed out, basically tried to hit, I believe it was Tim Southee over the top, and basically just picked out Kane Williamson. So he finished on 91, and yeah, I mean, this was a test really that Pakistan, in the second innings, probably weren't going to go and chase down the total. They did have nothing to lose. Obviously, they were already 1-0 down in the series. But really went out after the drinks break in the second session and did start to attack. And that really was their downfall. Obviously, the New Zealand bowlers getting the job done. I think Southee picked up a couple. Santner picked up a couple. He really started. He got, I believe, Baza Azim and Azharir Ali. Yunus Khan, his series just continued to get worse. He did make it into double figures this time, but really, for a guy of his class and his quality to have a series like he did, Pakistan really needed more from him. He really needed to stand up, and that wasn't the case. He didn't get that done. And yeah, I think Wagner got a couple. I think Matt Henry got 1. Tim Southee was impressive. I think he got 3. No, he got 2 in the second inning. He got 6 in the first inning, 6 for 80. Excuse me, and that is exactly what you want. When our other... I don't want to call Trent Boult our premium fast bowler, because, Tim Southee and him bowl very well in a partnership, but with Trent Boult out, there was a lot of responsibility that was placed on Tim Southee's shoulder. Obviously, the senior statesman of the side, the guy, that we needed to go and pick up wickets, and he did that in the first innings, got 6 for 80, and that really did help. Ross Taylor also scored some runs. He got 100, so I think that is... He had a big run of 50-less tests where he scored less than 50 runs, and Ross Taylor's just one of those guys that, personally for me, is either, like go big or go home. Very rarely, well, not very rarely, but he doesn't seem to, as often as he used to, probably string together those 50s, that we would like to see. He's the senior batsman in the side, bats at number 4, obviously a very important position. Would like him to be, I wouldn't say more consistent, but when he goes and gets those starts, just to go and carry on and get that big score. Because when you look at the batting numbers in the series, I think Ross Taylor possibly had the only century in this series, which is very strange, because normally Test cricket nowadays, there are a lot of runs that are scored, and I think in a 2-game series, I think Ross Taylor was the only player to score 100. I know no Pakistani scored 100, and I don't think, off the top of my head, that any New Zealand batsman did score 100 either. And the other game we are going to talk about is the India-England third test. Now, this is finished. I believe... No, it's a 5-game. I think it's a 5-match series, but I think India are up 2-0 after 3. So England are in a bit of strife and really do need... Well, they need to win the last 2 to save the series. But this was... It really was the Ashwin and Jadeja show. India were struggling, their top order was struggling. That's something that doesn't happen, very often. Normally their top order is very solid. Someone will go out there and score some runs. That wasn't the case. The first innings, they got to where they did, thanks to the number, I'm just trying to think, the number 7, the number 8, and the number 9. Ashwin scored 70. I think Jadeja now has a new test best of 90. And Jay Yadav, I think he scored 55 as well, the number 9. So you think those numbers, they are hugely crucial, and they allowed they allowed India to get the lead that they did. And because of that, England, they were always on the back foot in this test. I think Jadeja, Ashwin, and Jay Yadav were very effective. Again, the 3 spinners in England's second innings, and that is why India did only have to chase down about 100 runs, and they got there with only 2 wickets down, so 8 wickets left in the bag. Ross Taylor getting the man of the match here, 45 off 51 for him with the bat, and taking 3 for 29. We did a pretty good job as well, 1 for 15 with the ball. No way we bowled our complete 10, but a good start for New Zealand in this series against the Zimbabwe side that we should potentially clean sweep. So next time around, we will have the third and final game. We'll be letting you know if that is a dead rubber or if we are fighting for this series. Anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to wrap things up here. This is Cliffy, your King of Career Mode, signing out.